Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I'm the mysterious JG, and contrary to appearances, there was a little break here. Got myself some food. Food, as I say it. And, hopefully I won't burp again. As we continue diving deep into the Vio Infinito. We cannot connect to the network. Okay, I'm not sure why that would be, but it doesn't affect what we're doing right now, so I can figure that out later. Level 22. Because unfortunately, the next enemy is just a little ways above the next Grand Cloister, so we gotta like manually dig our way down to where he's at. And this is one of the ones where I haven't quite figured out how to do it without killing a Tonberry. So we're gonna kill a Tonberry. Tonberries are not oversouling right now, but I'm not, even though I've been trying to get everybody oversouling, I'm not going to worry about the Tonberries because you tend to, down here I'm only fighting them in certain situations where I have to. So it'd be very difficult for me to keep them at a point where the next one you encounter will oversoul because I'm not allowed to run away from them. You got oversoul? Yeah, okay, just making sure. It's like dripping electricity or water. It was kind of a weird animation. Anyway, so we got to get down to level 33 before anything else will happen of interest in our Oversoul all the enemies quest. These guys, I think, don't oversoul. They're not supposed to be standard fiends. I think they're supposed to be some kind of like demonic enemies from the far plane. I don't really know. I don't think if you scan them, you get really a description of what they are. You just get a description of their combat tactics. I don't bother fighting these. The Zoo Von whatever enemies don't oversoul, so they're another one of those ones that I can kill just for experience without messing up my bizarre desire to have everything set to oversoul, but it's not really important. And I didn't even notice there was a third enemy there, a salad type, which wasn't oversold, but whatever. We will not be oversold, undersold. I keep saying that. I can kill you, it's just as fast as running, probably. Pain, you're totally whipped.
That's it?
There's little enough movement in the end of that victory pose by Yuna that the haste bangle doesn't make it look that weird. But yeah, there's certain enemies in this game that I'll never have defeated in combat. Like, we encountered Great Marbro and then ran. Because I wanted to oversoul it and then move on. So that was a regular Marbro, but the point remains we've never defeated the Great Marbro.
I'm on a roll!
We defeated far tougher enemies. It's not like I'm... And certainly as a mascot dressed here with auto ribbon, I don't know what kind of threat it would pose, except for the fact that certain super bosses seem to be able to override ribbon. I don't think Great Marbro would be able to. Nastiest Marbro still in my mind is the Final Fantasy VIII version. Don't know why I'm bothered to fight those little armored guys. Very little experience for killing them. And I'm sure that saved me more time than just running straight up and fighting this Elder Drake would have taken. Because I would have been able to beat it, but it would have taken a while. These guys seem to always ambush us. And we paying attention. Once we get down to level 33, I need to start looking for that adamantoise. Just because I got a few levels to get down there, I don't want to like lose track of that. Find myself suddenly at Glacier 40 and be like, oops. So this is Glacier 26, still got a ways to go.
Well.
Joel Gertner. He's a Joel Gertner, the giant monster worm. Joel Gertner, a character on ECW television, used to go, whoa, a lot. And then would usually proceed into a somewhat foul-mouthed and sexually charged monologue. Is this that same one again? Yeah. Now that I'm on a level where I know we've already oversold everything, these encounters just really irritate me. I wasn't sure if we'd find Amorphous Joe already oversold, but I should have known because we encountered a beefed up version of it that was oversold. So yeah, I run out of stuff to talk about here for sure. Don't usually like to just go into like asides about other things that are happening that aren't related to the LP that I'm playing, but boy, there's not a whole lot happening for me to respond to in the LP itself right now. Zoo already oversold. Already went walkies once today. Sunday as I play this, already went walkies once, but should probably go again. Because Sunday's my cheat day on my diet.
Pink all the good lines.
Not counting the fact that every time Bobo comes over, I end up having a cheat day and eating like large chips of queso. So I have like a regular cheat day and then a cheat day that occurs probably once every 2 weeks, where we have days off aligning on Friday. Big thing recently is just trying to watch the weight. I don't think I can reduce my calorie intake any. I don't get a ton of exercise other than, you know, just walking around neighborhood light. Not lifting weights or anything, but I have been losing weight. But it's getting to the point where I can't really cut the calories back too much more. That's exactly the kind of thing I don't normally talk about during an LP. Oh, you know what? I probably could have fought that thing. It's not. I saw it and I thought, oh, it's that super boss. And I'm like, wait, it can't be the super boss. We're not far enough down. It's probably just a weak version of the same type. So we could probably fight it. If we wanted to get them oversoul again. Just teleport away the, yeah, that appears to teleported away the Tonberry. Well. Is this the quintessential stud muffin zoo? And the quintessential stud muffin was Joel Gertner, of course. He was a guy who was not particularly fit or cut, you know, just a little on the tubby side, but not too bad. With kind of a fair complexion and fairly dark chest hair, who would go around wearing a coat and pants and a cummerbund but no shirt, and delivering a monologue full of, like, you know, double entendres about sex. Joel Gertner, how old is he? I mean, I don't know if I'm not saying that I believe the guy's dead or anything. He's clearly not really a mainstream media figure to the same degree he once was. And every time Payne goes, well, I just picture Joel Gertner. We're getting close, though. We're at level 30. Once we get to level 33, I need to start probably just running around trying to encounter an adamantoise. There's no point going any further down, because once I encounter it, I'm going to warp back up to the surface and then use a Great Cloister to get down to level 40. I'm not going to fight my way from 33 to 40. So the saving grace of all this is that once I get to the floor that each enemy is on, it should be much less time spent wandering around trying to get them oversold. I should just be able to encounter each enemy and have it already be oversold. And there's only 6 left. 2 of them are on the same floor. One of them is on a floor that's only 1 floor away from those 2. There's 2 more enemies that are fairly close. But they're pretty rare encounters because by the time I got down to this depth of the VO Infinito, I think I was paying attention to the fact that, oh hey, I could be using this to oversoul enemies. So these would be guys who have very low encounter rates. I never came across them. That is an enemy that probably does that Seed Burst blue magic we need to learn, but I think for that I'm just gonna try to find actually, you know what, let me check that out real quick, because maybe we should do that while we're down here, but I'm thinking Seed Cannon, learn from... Yeah, there's an enemy in Besaid that does it, even in Chapter 5. So I think we just go to Besaid and wander around, and there's probably fewer encounters to have to worry about. Fewer potential encounters. I don't want to encounter it in a group with a bunch of guys who are going to do a bunch of devastating attacks. Sometimes oversouled enemies don't do their regular old attacks, so I might want to think about killing that thing so it's not oversouled anymore. Who has the crazy delayed wind-up attack in that dress sphere? I suppose we could switch over to Blue Mage and scan it and see if it still does that attack. It has to be either a Cephaletos or a Leophyla. Starting with a C or starting with an L, one of those two. Should we encounter it again? Yeah, that's it. I guess we could hang out here and hope we don't get killed by all these oversouled enemies. Well, I don't know for sure that it's going to do that attack when it's oversouled, but we'll... Looks like it's doing that instead, or maybe in addition. Give him one more chance to do that attack, and then I'm going to assume it doesn't do it. Oh, it does heavy Seed Cannon. Okay, so it's still going to do it. Alright, so I didn't notice who learned heavy Seed Cannon. Well, except the Riku now knows Seed Cannon, so she must have learned it. and did it to Riku again, which is not helpful. Seed Burst doesn't help, it has to be Seed Cannon. We could do Bad Breath and see what happens. It throws down some blind on some guys. Well, he's been silenced. Don't really want them to die of the poison. So yeah, we really limited their ability to hurt us. Now, blind, silenced, and slow. No, it's silenced, slowed, and asleep. I don't think it needs... Just want to make sure we don't accidentally kill it when we wake it up. I don't know if something that wakes enemies up, or it wakes you up in this game. I think I've just got stuff that wake them up. I think you just sort of attack. Hopefully this won't do 6,000, whatever hit points are. Okay, good. It's awake now. And it's still doing heavy seed cannon on Riku. Well, we could make Riku run. That's definitely a thing we can do. Of course, the answer is we have to encounter these guys again. Oh, let me get my stop watching back up. MP Crush is annoying, but now that these guys can't really harm us, it doesn't matter too much. Come on, heavy seed cannon. Not seed burst, damn it. Oh, it actually managed to hit us. It'd be slightly easier if I was willing to take these enemies out, but I'm just too enamored with the idea that everything is oversouling on sight. Oh, it's MP Crush missed. I hope it's Heavy Seed Cannon doesn't miss. Well, at this rate, we've verified, or we've pretty much set it up so that even if somehow this all ends horribly and Yuna and Riku, or Yuna and Pain die, Riku fled, so we'll still have one person learn Seed Cannon. This one shouldn't be as tough to learn as these other ones are, but... Seemed like it wanted to use that on Riku only for whatever reason. There we go, Yuna learned it. She can run. And hopefully it'll use it on Pain sooner rather than later. At which point, unless I'm confused, which I could be, all they'll have left to learn is 1,000 Needles, which I can learn from a battle with cactuars in the monster arena. Alrighty. And I didn't kill any of the enemies, but I picked up a great new, well, not great, it's actually probably one of the worst blue magic skills, but it's new. So they should all know the same blue magics now. And they're all missing one, and it's 1,000 needles. So we've almost mastered the gun mage class. Switch them back to mascot, just to be on the safe side. At some point I need to consider when I'm going to learn those last few skills for dancer. Suppose I could... It wouldn't take too long to learn the dancer. Ah, fuck it, I'll do it off. Well, I don't know if I'll do it off screen, but I'll figure out a time to do it, and I'll concentrate on getting this task taken care of first. To say I could. The dancer, I don't have to worry about defeating enemies. I can just have them all dancing around like goofs and earning AP, and I don't have to worry about whether I'm going to defeat an enemy. But at some point I need to do the ultimate dress sphere ones, and those are pretty much going to involve defeating enemies. So I might need to go into like the monster arena and do it against enemies that don't oversoul if I'm obsessed with keeping the oversouling thing going. Cloister 33. This is the first cloister we can encounter adamantoids. So I just say we encounter adamantoids and then get out of here. Hopefully this won't take too long. I have hope that when we encounter it, it'll always be ready to oversoul.
Spleen.
Why not pancreas? And so forth, and so back. Well, for one thing, I'm hoping to get all these videos recorded in one shot, so we'll know how many videos it took, and I can just start labeling them Oversoul Wrap Up Part 1 of, 5.
Well.
However many it takes, 1 of 6. And that way people will know I can skip the next 6 videos if I really hate this. And JG will be doing something different in the first video that isn't called that. It also makes it easier for me to name the videos, but just don't have to think of original names each time. I've always been a stickler for coming up with a name for each video. I know a lot of LPers don't bother. Or they just have a unique description for each one, but not necessarily a name. I pretty much want to have a different name for each video. There you are. Let's see Oversoul. Yep. Alright. I was hoping this would work out like that. And I figured it's because I've been fighting adamantoids in the creature creator menu. And I was pretty sure I'd stopped with it, ready to... Oh, I gotta turn off the lure bracer now. Suddenly I'm encountering them all the time. So adamantoids is taken care of. I gotta hop up to the top. then go down to start at the beginning, and then use the Great Cloister, or to like an elevator kind of feature, let you skip around every 20 cloisters or so, and get myself to cloister. I need to use a catnip because I'll never use that accessory. Tempted to abandon this for a moment and just go up and learn that last blue magic, 1,000 needles. But I will get down to Cloister 40. Go to Cloister 100. That annoys me, but it makes sense because this is off to the side of the boss. You have to defeat the boss before you can access this. So it worked for all the others. So go down to Cloister 40, and then we have to fight our way down to level 47 to fight Barong. Not Barite, not Beleft. Sorry, Barong. I'm left. I'm white. I'm Wong. That's it. Somewhat racist, I suppose. Inspector Clouseau cartoon on the old Pink Panther show. Say it's a salamander. It's not the same as a fire dragon. I was thinking, like, did we back up in terms of what enemies we're fighting? Fine with you dropping ethers and stuff. Those we might need. Although if I use Twin Stars, I don't know how many of those I've got saved up. You get them from Megaton Berries, but if I use use those in the final couple of boss battles, I guess MPs won't matter that much.
I'm gonna kick you in the spleen. Spleen?
You know what? I'm going to frickin' learn the dancer stuff now. Give us something to do. Give us some use out of all this nonsense. Could do, no, that's not the one. Unerring path. Oh, but I gotta, that's not gonna work. I gotta change to the unerring path dress, garment grid. So that includes songstress. Doesn't really matter what the other one is. I guess mascot, just in case of emergencies. And she can be a dancer. Helter Skelter. Something, 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 but you ain't no dancer. Helter Skelter. Yeah, not remembering the words at all kind of makes that not work. So we'll go ahead, and this means we'll take care of learning the dancer dress gear stuff at the same time. We'll give them all AP eggs. A little bit more dangerous. When you're using the dancer dress gear by a fair side, the unit pretty much still won't be probably able to be killed by these types of enemies. when she's got adamantite. She also won't go as often, so she might take a little bit longer to learn. And we're actually going to call it a video here, folks. And when we come back, I will be continuing to try and learn dance moves and Oversoul enemies, and just generally wind up some stuff I wanted to take care of before dealing with the super bosses and then the endgame. I'm the Mysterious JG. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.